So I came to town to shoot a Van Zandt with Scotty, and we just kind of drove around, and he said something about a lumber yard, and next to the lumber yard there was like a old wood warehouse, and there were some like ramps, but we didn't end up riding there. Where did we go?
Well, yeah, so we showed up with intentions of going to ride this small little skate park that the local kids kind of made. And when I say skate park, I should more or less be saying just random wood pieces. I mean, stacked on top of anything they really could. And it's inside an abandoned lumber yard, and it's on the edge of town where there's not really much going on. So when we showed up there,
well, originally we saw the two truck trailers, and you wanted to whip from one to the other, or do something from one to the other, and you jumped up there, and then it was like Sunday, but you jumped up, and then there was like a ton of people.
Everything looked clear, coast was clear, and I jumped up there to go look at it, and I was staring at it, and about 5 guys working on the other side of the building. So I aborted that mission pretty quick, and that's when we wandered over into the abandoned part of the lumber yard, and we're kind of desperate on trying to find something to shoot, and we started looking around, maybe trying to build a ramp or two, or like maybe something to like get something off of any kind of trick, a fly out trick or something. And as I was looking around, I looked up and I saw that this had this perfect platform. It was the second story of the building, but there was no walls to it, which is kind of strange. Perfect platform with railings, and they were missing in about an 8-foot section. Like it looked like it was made for something to go off of it. So I started thinking about what we could use to kind of make like a makeshift landing ramp, and we stumbled upon this cabinet. Looked like it was made for cutting wood, and but it wasn't light. One side had like all this wound up steel, and it weighed like 300 pounds on one side, and then the other side was like nothing, just a hollow wooden cabinet. Yeah, you're right. It was very strange. I really don't even fully understand what it was for, but kind of a big waste of metal, if you ask me. So we had that, and I figured we could make a piece of plywood or something leaning against it. And we looked at like the strangest piece of wood I've ever seen. It looked like about 10 or so 2x4s kind of like glued together. So I decided to stack that on it, and it's not really that wide at all. It was 13 inches wide to be exact. And
originally we were just gonna like pile a bunch of stuff up for you to land on, like a wide landing, and then when we had that one thing, you just sort of were like, well, I think I could just land on that.
Yeah, you're right.
Patience. We didn't have much patience. You're just like, let's do this. Let's get out of here. Because we had dudes with us, right?
Yeah, there's a couple of my friends with us, and I mean, they were like down to help out for a little bit, but they get restless after a little while, and a couple of friends of mine were there. So I was gonna stack up wood, and we stacked that one weird whatever you want to call it. It's probably a 13x4, I guess, on top of the cabinet. And actually, I looked at it, and I thought it would actually make the picture that much cooler if I landed on something that narrow off of it. So I eyed it up a bunch. I was up there, and I was kind of second guessing myself, to be honest with you. It was a short piece of wood, and the ground was just really crummy. There's all broken glass and
nails,
rocks everywhere. So I started second guessing myself a little bit, and
and your buddy and your boy is, you're up there, and I'm setting up a photo, and your boy is, Scotty, don't do it. Scotty, don't do it. And I'm just thinking, shut up, dude. He's gonna figure it out,
Yeah.
And your boy was just flipping.
Yeah, when I finally decided to jump off of it, like my friend wasn't having it, and then we decided to throw a Barspin in the equation, and that really threw the rest of the guys for a loop. And thank God you talked him into quieting down. He was definitely getting on the bad side of it. Kind of was getting me a little nervous, and so we set up the picture, and it was go time. I actually marked like a little runway up top with some stones that showed me where the ramp was, because
it was blind 2-story onto basically a railroad tie.
Yeah, something that was very, very small compared to the gap itself going down. So after everything was all set up, and we fired out the picture, and it worked. To my surprise, I was so happy, and my friend was very happy as well that I landed it. And then we all went inside the local trailer over there. That was
it was like a pull behind live-in trailer from the 60s or 70s, and it was I don't know. Well, we went in there, and then
yeah. Well, one of my friends. Well, we didn't just go in there, but my friend was in there, and he was like, "Hey, come check this out." He's really immature too. So we go in there, and he was pretty pumped. And we look in there, and there was just nothing but Playboy and porno hustler magazines glued and taped to the walls, covered
every inch of the wall, the floor to the walls of the ceiling, every inch. Hustler, Penthouse, Playboy. It's from like the 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Every square inch.
It was pretty much a work of art, but definitely took some time and some money, to be honest with you. But yeah, we had to drag one of my friends out of there, and it was everything worked, and it was one of those days where you never think that you're gonna show up in an abandoned lumberyard and be able to make something happen out of really nothing, and it did.
Oh man,